So I have like a 10-minute drive to work in the morning. And it's a pretty straightforward drive. And I have an overactive brain. So yes, I'm driving, I'm focusing on driving, but the other parts of my brain are like, stuff. And I was listening to music as you do on a drive, and Power by Kanye West came on.
Okay.
Yeah. I've already pre-warned Tori he's going to have to just let me get through this because it's going to sound weird. Now, I don't know if anyone else does this. This might be one of these things I'm about to find out is just me. But I have this thing where particular songs, not even that particular, but like a lot of songs, my brain will start generating like a movie scene that would go along with the song. Like if I had musical talent, I'm like writing like what do you call it with the music that goes along with films?
Scores.
Oh yeah, so I like put together like a mental score and how I would use songs. I don't do it consciously. My brain starts doing it and then I realize it's doing it and then let it play out. So what my brain started doing for it, because obviously I'm a massive fucking superhero nerd in case anyone hasn't realized, and I'm like obviously on the drive to work, I'm mentally getting ready for the podcast every week. That's a good amount of time for me to think about stuff. So I'm thinking about using Power by Kanye West. I'm sure you know the song, Corey. It's like imagine. No, here's the thing. My brain does this really vividly, and I'm shit with words. Imagine like a team up montage. So like imagine you've got like broken down people who used to be like a superhero team who've like all given it up, and then you've got this music playing as they all realize they have to like be heroes again. And like you get this montage scene of like them all like lining back up Avengers style.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, but where would you ever get something like that? And I'm like, okay, here we go. So I was like putting together like the final act of the film where they're getting ready for the big fight scene, and then worked backwards. Because why would I do anything the easy way?
Yeah.
So here is my pitch for a live action what if film, all because of Kanye West's song's power. After Civil War, no, kind of around about the same time as Civil War.
Okay.
Civil War goes slightly differently, and because of the actions of Steve and co, they actually upgrade the Sokovia Accords and outlaw superheroes full stop. You're not even allowed to use your powers for the government.
Okay.
Everyone gets chipped, and if you use your powers, special units arrive to lock you up. Anyone who isn't chipped and is then found out to have powers goes to prison.
Okay.
Steve and co are on the run still. And then on this platform of humans first, don't let extremely powered beings take over, a new frontrunner presidential candidate appears. Victor Von Doom.
Right.
Yeah. He wins because of course he does. And what he does while in power is he has a team that collects these magical artifacts and powerful artifacts, and he turns himself into Doctor Doom.
Okay.
It's quite different. People won't like it, but it's a what if story, sue me. And then because he now has all this power, he installs a dictatorship in America. And what we get is, because this is obviously the what if universe, and we're a little bit earlier in the timeline, what we get is we get your Kate Bishops and stuff building a rebellion. Yeah. So like what we get is the first act sets all this up. It's a dictatorship. It's brutal. Second bit is Kate Bishop and co. Like I don't know if you've seen the film Red Dawn. There was two. One in like the 70s with like Charlie Sheen and co. And then one more recently with Josh Peck and stuff. It's basically where like Russia or North Korea invade America, and you have this band called the Wolverines who rise up.
Okay.
It's a brilliant film. Welcome to my brain, ladies and gentlemen. 1,000,000 miles an hour. Keep up.
You tried.
So that second act is kind of them in like this kind of fighting back, trying to get power back, trying to make America a free country again. Because freedom. And they realise they can't do it alone, and they come across Steve Rogers.
Okay.
Proper rugged, a lot grumpier and less hopeful.
Old man.
Yeah, not like super old, but like he's just morale. His morale is broken. He's given up trying to make the world a better place. And what we get is this final fight scene or final team up scene is then literally like marching to the White House, and you like get cutaways of people like Thor and that realize what's happening, and you get to see them like brushing off their suits, Tony going down and flicking the light on, and you hear Jarvis come back to life and shit. And you get them suiting up, and as they get closer, just more and more of the OG heroes come in. And then as they get to the gates, you get like I mean, it wouldn't be Endgame-esque because obviously there's not going to be as many people because it's just Victor Von Doom and his Doom bots. But you get this kind of big head-off where you've got all these young heroes who have rallied back up to old heroes who've just given up because the people didn't want them and now they're enslaved and this, that, and the other. And I think it'd be fucking awesome.
I think it.
And I think for something that's had maybe an hour's thought, I think it'd be okay.
I think the payoff of the fight will be what sold it.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, like, if we're going to be really honest, you can't do it live action unless you get in to get all the actors back, which they wouldn't be able to do. So it'd have to be like an animated film, but I think it would still slap.
Oh, it'd work fine as an animated.
All I ask is that they, for that final scene, they let me help them piece it together, and that they use Kanye West's power, because that montage is still fucking vivid in my head, and it will be until the day I die. Because no one will be able to tell me it won't be the greatest scene in cinema.
Imagine what if season 2 has this fight scene, and it's not to Kanye West power.
I'd be fuming. I'd be like, "That's the fucking scene. You used the wrong song."
Like it's like the same concept, but like maybe different here, different point in time, but same whole concept, and they don't use power. I'm just gonna be like, Connor's gonna be losing full.
But yeah, that's it. But yeah, no, it entertained me. And like I said, for like 15-20 minutes of thought, like on my way to work, and then building out the story behind it. There's definitely worse films that have actually been made.
Oh, yeah.